building or catch it live on pay-per-view stream.
All right, here we are. I said this off of camera, and I have to repeat this again. This is such an honor to have this man here with me. I look at the RBE channel and our library, and it's just full of all this amazing talent, but we also have so many GOATs, so many veterans, so many pioneers, so many top tiers that have graced the RBE stage and channel. And this is like one of those RBE bucket list guys, man. It's taken us way too long to have this debut. I'll probably take about 80% of that blame. But thank you for being here, sir. Introduce yourself to anybody that is not even a real fan of battle rap.
Yo, man, it's your boy RD the Chef, real deal. You know what I'm saying? 4-time King of the Dot champion. We out here, man.
4, Jesus. And 2 of them were, well, one of them was a rematch, right?
Yeah.
How'd you feel during that? Did you feel like it was warranted or?
It was the third battle. It was the third time I battled him on King of the Dot, Chilla.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it would be a dope concept to call it the Chillagy. You know what I'm saying? And especially because there was some conflicting thoughts on the first battle. But then I love King of the Dot, but they really fumbled the trailer when they put that out. They made it seem like I was trying to battle him again just to remove all doubt. When in actuality, I just thought it would be a dope thing in demand. Like, ooh, he's such a champ. He's willing to run it right back. But the way they skewed it, I was pissed, bro. It was dope. Chilla's the man.
Did it feel like that final one happened because of pressure from the bloggers and the public, or was it just all internal? Like, you know what, we all collectively internally between Chilla, you, and King of the Dot feel like we should do it again?
It was 100% my idea. But what happened was, because there wasn't like a clear contender at the time. So I said, look, this would be dope. I want to be like the people's champ. What if I said, since there was some conflict, some people felt one way or the other, I'll run it right back. You feel, and I'll beat him again. Like, you know what I mean? That was the kind of, so when they hit me up, they said, well, yo, we'll get some of your people who thought you won, and we'll get some of Chilla's people, thought he won, and it'll be this kind of thing where maybe you're like, yo, I had real deal, and then they're like, oh, I had Chilla. No, they got to run that back. Dope, right? Well, they never got my people. So they put out a trailer, and all it was 4 people from Chilla Jones. One played for the Celtics, and then there was Method Man and Mickey Fed. They're like, Chilla won that. They got to run that back. And it just made it look like I was like pressured into running it back or something. Like, oh, yeah, I kind of did. And I was like, oh, that's what. I remember, so Organic did hit me up, and he was like, bro, I am sorry. I did not see it before it came out or whatever. And I wanted to just stay up. Then they took it down, which made it look twice as bad. And I was just like, this is a fumbled idea. But the idea, sometimes things look better on paper. You know what I'm saying? The idea on paper, the battle's a great battle. But, yeah, that once that dropped, I said, man, this is blowing up. So
4-time champ. Now that you say that, which one was the toughest?
Chilla the first time, for sure. I had to battle him in Boston. Chilla's always tough. My father was dying, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so I kind of, I had to really try to, and I had to leave my pop's ICU for the weekend. And then, you never know once you put it in judges' hands. Plus, you got to go first as the challenger all the time, going second. So definitely the first time was the most challenging of them all.
Wow, you just said something that reminded me. It's part of the culture. Your cause, for your pops. That's something that I think should and will continue to live through the culture forever. That the awareness that you brought and seeing how you really just attacked that and you brought that into battle rap. And I think that we could even tie that into when we start to talk about Oops. But I just want to commend you for even being able to show that type of side of your personal life. And because obviously it's important to you, but the battle rap culture could be so unforgiving and so toxic at times, and this is just me. These aren't even the topics that we said that we was going to get into just now, but I'm listening to you and it's coming to my mind. What makes you bring something like that so personal to battle rap?
So one thing, man, we do talk about battle rap being toxic, but one of the things is battle rap can be an amazing, beautiful thing at times too, right? So when we found out my father had lung cancer, right? We got it in the early stages. And I remember just reaching out to the battle rap community. Like, I usually don't do this, man, but I'd love to, put a vacation for my dad together or something, The money came pouring in. Like, I couldn't believe, man, $6,500. Then these doctors killed him. I had to use that for his funeral. Like, these you know me. We've talked a million times. We met, I'm not crazy, bro. I'm not a tinfoil hat. These hospitals are killing people. I'm not saying they're out. I'm not saying they're necessarily out here purpose, whatever, but they operate under it's unbelievable when you peel the layers. Like, we don't even have enough time in one podcast, let alone 5. And I just want to spread the awareness. Like, I want my dad to be the Jerry West logo of medical malpractice. You know what I mean? At the end, when I finally had a lawyer and we was only suing for 70 grand. You know what I'm saying? 70 grand ain't shit for what they did to my dad. And, obviously it fell apart. But if I can extend the statute in states like New York and Pennsylvania they have the 2 highest payouts for medical malpractice. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I can give families a little bit more time, it's 2 years. Why is it only 2 years? It's 5 years for receiving stolen property. That don't make no sense. So, again, not to delve down or go down that rabbit hole. Sometimes you find a new cause, man. My dad was my hero, and they openly killed that man in front of me. And you know what I'm saying? And it's painful to say, you know what I'm saying? But I want to use whatever platforms I can. People see the logo of my dad, they're like, what's that about? You know what I mean? And then you get to have a conversation. It starts a conversation. So that to me is and that's why I appreciate the platform that you've built, and I'm able to grace that. And I will be wearing a Charlie hoodie up there. And listen, man, there's studies that got medical malpractice is the 3rd leading cause of death in this country. We talk about the deaths in Chicago over the weekend. We ain't talking about the thousands upon thousands of people that died of medical error, though, because it fills pockets and it's not divisive. Yeah. So, that's what my new kind of cause is with them. My album that should have dropped the other day, it's dropping this week. It's called The Statute Volume 1. Reminding them, man.
Well, like I said, it's not only is it dope to have you debuting on RBE, but it's also an honor because that storyline not storyline, but that reality that you brought to battle rap and you educated so many people on, like you said, you're going to be there in your apparel, rocking that and representing that same thing that you brought in. That within itself is legacy and an honor to have on RBE, man, because we want to share that message with you. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. But all right, man, let's get to your rap, man. Let's get to your rapping because everybody knows you're a legend, 4-time champion, all that. I was doing an interview a couple days ago, and shout out to Payne. I'm gonna throw his name out there.
Okay.
He said he predicted against you. A lot of people have you as winning this battle on Saturday, but Payne had you losing the Oops 2-1. He said because your style doesn't really align with him. Have you heard that before? And if so, how do you even answer? Like, what is your style? Like, of course you fit the mold, but you are unique. So what is real deal style that's coming to RBE Saturday?
So first of all, I think that's the most respectful, acceptable critique I've ever heard. But here's why I love that. I'm undeniably nice. You understand what I'm saying? So you could say I'm not your cup of tea, but you can never say I'm whack. So respect. Shout outs to Payne that he wasn't like, because if you say I'm whack, you talking out the side, you talking out your ass, right? So by saying I won't lie, he's not my cup of tea. I could respect that. Right. But my biggest game plan in battle rap has always been be so dope that that's what someone has to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm a Spurs fan, I ain't like Shaq playing for, I ain't like him. I can never say he's trash. I don't like his style. I got to find a reason why not to like him. Right. So I'm not mad at that assessment at all. I think that I bring a total package kind of thing to battle rap. I really do, man. Because I get bored not only watching some of the battles, I get bored writing one style of battle. I would rather take a risk and have it fall on my face, bro, than sit there and write 96 bars of the same kind of stuff. Some people like that. And they call that, you know, so, oh, that's punching. That's some of it, man. And because I'm also like, if you, I want to start a movement where people start to get penalized for saying whack shit, man. If you say 96, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, people will forget someone says something terrible and just be like, no, but he went crazy. He said this. I'm like, he had 32 bars in that round. You only remember 4. That's a problem. So I think what I try to bring to the table is what are the fans going to remember when they leave? If that's an angle, if that's what. Now I try to do everything. I try to check every box going into a battle. Did I rap? You know, did I have some crazy punchlines? Did I have some humor? I try to check every single box, man.